Declan rise to the club Arsenal. That's the transfer we definitely are talking about today. We've got quite a lot of news about Declan Rice. Hello, everyone, and thank you for being part of the Arsenal chapter. And please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to you, as long as it is sports and as long as it is Arsenal related, right about here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your very host, Abokal, as I'm interested in bringing to you the latest straight as it comes in. It will be remembered that quite a lot has been happening when it comes to transfers. We are in the summer transfer window, and a lot is happening. When the summer transfer window, and clubs are definitely very busy. A few clubs have already had some football players in. We've got a few clubs getting football players in, and Arsenal also is not saying giving up very soon. Arsenal is getting a few players in, and also not forgetting that despite that they are getting players in, they are trying to get quality players, make sure that the squad is improved. It can be a better squad. So we're talking about Declan Rice, who is an English professional football player and also plays for the club West Ham and has been playing for West Ham for a while now. It will be remembered that the football player has been playing for West Ham, and West Ham put a 120 million release clause for him, and it was a bit challenging for the club Arsenal first, but Arsenal went in this transfer and put in the first bid, which was £80 million, and after the first bid, Arsenal put in the second bid. After the first one was rejected, Arsenal put in the second bid, and the second bid was worth £90 million. And when Man City had that, it's £90 million that is being put in. Said, "Oh, I can afford this. I can put in £90 million." Man City, because Man City wanted Declan Rice. They put in £90 million, and it comes out that that £90 million is definitely not enough. Both both of them were rejected. Both bids were rejected from West Ham. West Ham standing its fate, saying that they need £120 million. So at this point in time, Arsenal was the first one to get more, because Arsenal wanted Declan Rice. Arsenal had to put in £105 million, and Man City backed off. Man City couldn't handle the pressure after Arsenal putting in £105 million, and that really shows you how is how competitive this was gonna be. But other clubs, all the clubs after Arsenal put in £105 million, all of them really backed off. We did not get any club that really remained after that £105 million. And West Ham at first said they are going to first see what is going on, and possibly they will make a final decision. And Arsenal is waiting for any other club to step on board and bring up the competition. Arsenal is willing to go up to £120 million for Declan Rice. That was a bit crazy, a bit insane, isn't it? So what Arsenal really did was get the football player. Arsenal said they are going to pay £105 million. Okay, then it will be in a period of 5 years. But West Ham did not agree to that. West Ham said they definitely needed it within a short period of time, and Arsenal agreed to pay that amount of money within a period of roughly 2 years, and West Ham will be sorted then. So since then, things have been falling into place for the club Arsenal. £105 million for the football player, and this football player is a defensive midfielder, very good football player. So it's going to be a bit tricky for other clubs who wanted him, because it's a deal that is done right about now, I must say, because he's gone on and had his medical, and from different sources we've heard that the medical came out successful. So there is nothing that we are really worried about. It's nothing that any Arsenal fan should be worried about, because the football player Declan Rice definitely is already at the club and waiting to play. That's There's nothing that can be done now, competition wise, from any other opponent. But let's wait and see how he will play. You can get into the comment section and let us know what you definitely think about Declan Rice and him joining the club Arsenal. Do you think it's gonna be a brilliant I think it's a brilliant thing that Arsenal has done? Because right about now, as I said before, it's a deal that is done. It's irreversible. 105 million pound is a record transfer for the club Arsenal, because the last time Arsenal pushed on quite a big money transfer was Nicolas Pepe, who did not perform, by the way, to the expectation. Nicolas Pepe was invested in quite a lot of money. So let's hope the mistake that possibly was done then does not repeat. Because Nicolas Pepe taking 72 million, that was quite a lot of money. And he moves to Arsenal. He goes to Arsenal and he doesn't perform. However, it's a bit different, because Nicolas Pepe was from Europe and Declan Rice has been playing in the Premier League. He knows exactly what to do when it comes to the Premier League, because he's played against Arsenal, he's played against Man City, he's played against Manchester United, Liverpool, he's played against Everton, all big Premier League clubs, big and small. He knows how the Premier League really works. So it's like buying a finished good. Buying a finished good is can most of the time simplify work, instead of just going and processing and doing what. And what I mean by that is like getting a football player from Europe. I know sometimes you can get a football player from Europe and he comes and performs, but in most cases you've got to give him a season or two to get used to the environment, to get used to the fans. It's not very comfortable until he finally gets there. But getting a football player from the Premier League, really, it's the best thing that you can do, that any club can do. But remember that Arsenal has already landed Kai Havertz, and Kai Havertz is already at the club. He's already signed a big contract with the club Arsenal, and we are only waiting for him to start playing. And let's hope that he will bring quite a lot at the club Arsenal. And also, not forgetting that Arsenal is also looking at a few football players. And the one on the Jurien Timber's deal is nearly accomplished. Everything is done. It's reportedly said that Jurien Timber is already in London. He's already in London, so he's now come to London to talk to Chelsea. And the fact that his medical was done, and it was an Arsenal medical, that really shows you that he is already an Arsenal football player. He's just waiting to put on that red and white shirt, and that's how we'll definitely confirm 100% that he's an Arsenal football player. Anyway, you can always let us know what you think about these football players in the comment section, whom you think is a very wonderful one and is a good one and is going to bring a bit of change at the club Arsenal. And Declan Rice, what do you think about 105 million pound? Do you think it was worth Arsenal paying 105 million pound for Declan Rice, a football player from West Ham? I think yes. Despite the fact that he's been at West Ham and West Ham hasn't had the good seasons, singling him out as a football player, he's been an exceptional talent. He's been a very good football player, very good defensive midfielder. Otherwise, I thank you for being part of this Arsenal podcast, and all you need to do is get into the comment section and drop us a comment about these transfers. And also the other thing that you can do is subscribe and ring that notification bell so you do not miss out on whatever we've got to bring to, as long as it is sport and as long as it is Arsenal related, right about here at the Arsenal chapter with me, your very host, Abu Kal. So still thank you and goodbye for now.